So good evening, here we are on Wednesday evening, and what a difference the day makes. Blue sky, look at that, the sun setting there, looking beautiful. And so are you. It's it's tiring sometimes. I must be I must be getting old or something, but sometimes you think, oh my goodness, I just want to sit down. But there's always work to be done. But I do have a good team around me who do support me and look after me, so thank you to all my team. And yeah, I've always worked all my life. I can tell you a little story because I think people don't fully know that I was brought up on a farm. My dad was a farmer, a dairy farmer, tenant farmer. And I started milking cows when I was about 12, 13. And by the time I was 14, I did all the milking all the weekends. But you're always up early, 4 o'clock for a 5 o'clock start. And I never really had days off. My dad never really gave me time off, and I didn't really want it because I loved the animals. And I also kept my own animals as well, sort of pets. I kept budgies and canaries and rabbits and guinea pigs and so much. So it's always been in there to care for animals. But one night I went out for a drink with my friends and probably had a bit too much to drink, which is very rare for me. But anyway, I went out, I wasn't driving. I came back home and I fell asleep into this little cupboard called the airing cupboard. And of course, by the morning, I had overslept. It was 7 o'clock and my dad found me. And trust me, I never overslept ever again. I got a good telling off. He always said, if you want to go out, no problem, but you have to do your work. And from then on, really, I've never slept in. I never had breakfast in bed. I'm always up early, and I'm a sort of person that when I wake up, my mind is going with lots of ideas and a lot of worrying about my animals, making sure they're okay. So, yeah, not a lot of sleep, 4 hours sleep, but yes, my dad was obviously one to say that if you're looking after animals, you had to be responsible. And that's what I do. And if I take an animal in, it gets well looked after. Oh, one day I just could have a lie in. I'll tell you more about my sleep patterns and why I never use an alarm clock. But that's for another time. I've got to go and feed the animals now and say goodnight to them all. Make sure they're all safely in. And I hope you have some magical dreams. And I hope to meet you one day. Because you're my favourite. And I love you more. Night night.